Hello, 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 and welcome to Build Your Salon Business Talk. It's Tuesday night, y'all, and we have another special guest for you. Y'all know I am super excited every night to bring y'all the information, the tips, the tricks, the strategies, the everything, because this is what Build Your Salon Business Talk is all about. We are a platform designed to bring you special guests that can give some insight on what you are going through, to give you some tips in order to get over hurdles, to share our mistakes with you so that you can avoid making these exact same mistakes. We are all about getting to the next level. We are all about getting over humps. We have to grow as a business. Now, y'all know how it is. You have fellow stylists out there that are doing great things and they just want to share. And this platform is all about sharing so that we all can grow, and sharing so that we all can expand, and sharing so that you know the latest seminars that are coming up, you know where the shows are, you know everything that you need to do in order to get to whatever it is that you trying to go. That is what Build Your Salon Business Talk is all about, with myself, your host, ElishaMonique. Now, who am I? You said this lady is in front of you and she doing all this talking, but who is she? I am ElishaMonique, salon stylist coach, product development consultant, and salon business builder expert. I partner with salons and salon suite stylists to help you establish a better back end business, create structure in your business, and give you strategies to implement right now so that you can see the success that you are looking for now and in the future. When we work together, either through my Salon Business Blueprint Club membership platform or my one-on-one mentorship program, I strive to give you everything you need in order to get you over humps and hurdles so that you can grow a successful six-figure, seven-figure beauty business. And we'll talk more later on what Salon Business Blueprint Club is, because I have a special guest that's waiting, and I can't wait to chat with her. Now, y'all know I be excited. Ooh, look, I done pulled my curls and everything. That's how excited I am. I hope y'all got y'all pens ready. I hope y'all got y'all paper ready as usual. Don't forget to hit this share button right now, because our special guest is waiting. She got 17 years experience, y'all, and I can't wait to chat with her. So what I need you to do right now is to hit that share button to share this out. Because remember, when we all get to that next level, you got to reach back and pull somebody else with you. You got to go and grab them by the chains and snatch them up with you, because that's the only way that you are going to get to your next level. So hit that share button right now. And tonight is all about participation. So if you have questions, because we're going to talk about some stuff, y'all know we be talking about some things. I need you to comment your questions. I need you to ask what you need to ask. I don't care if you think that is a dumb question, because there's no such thing as a dumb question. I need you to go ahead on and ask that question so that we can get you the answers you need tonight. Now, I'm going to stop talking because my guest is waiting. She is ready, y'all. She is ready to share information with y'all. We are going to bring on Celease Thomas, 17 years, licensed, and she works on an as-needed basis, y'all. I can't wait to hear about this. What stylist do you know got this much experience and work on an as-needed basis? So we're going to have to chat with her. Let me bring her on. Yes, honey. Hi, how are
Hello,
you?
how are you? I'm outstanding. How about yourself?
That I am wonderful as always. I'm alive. I'm
Right.
breathing. Can't
You
complain, right?
look great. Absolutely. I
Yeah, I
feel
love the
wonderful.
blonde girl, yes.
Well, thank you.
Feeling it,
I
feeling it.
appreciate it. I love it. It's something new. You know how we do. Very creative. Always trying something different. So I love this. So how's it going?
It's awesome, awesome. Tell us a little bit about yourself now. What's going on?
All right, so I am Celease Noel. I am a licensed cosmetologist as well as a cosmetology instructor of 17 years. I absolutely love what I do. Just like most stylists in the industry, I've been doing hair for years. So I started as a kitchen beautician doing hair out of the house as a young girl. So, and I come from a small town called Panama City, Florida. So to all my people from Panama City that are watching, what's up? But with that being said, coming from a small town, you really don't get an opportunity to get that education that you need. So I noticed once I actually graduated cosmetology school, and those of you that are students, no discouragement to you, but cosmetology school pretty much prepares us for our license. It prepares you to be a licensed cosmetology professional versus actually the in the salon, experience that you get. So once I got out of school, I was still really struggling a whole lot. So at the end of the day, thank God for being just talented, and not only that, but also just having that drive and that desire to truly be a phenomenal stylist. So what I did was, after I got out of cosmetology school, built my clientele up, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But I realized when I opened my salon that I was only attracting student stylists. And
Okay.
that's what gave students time. So at the end of the day, I just was like, I saw the need, and they reminded me of myself. So with
Mm-hmm.
that being said, I actually started teaching techniques in the salon. So that's why I love what I do, because I started teaching those stylist students that were in there that were actually coming to pay booth rent without a clientele, teaching them the strategy on how to build a clientele, how to do particular services and things of that nature, customer service. So I really realized like I wasn't answered because I didn't have that mentor. Like I said, I came from a small town. So you
Mm-hmm.
really didn't get that education, and it costs so much money to travel, to go to the shows and all those extra things. And not so much money, but just the lack of education on how to actually save the money and invest to
Mm-hmm.
actually make sure that I can get to those shows. I wasn't
Exactly.
thinking like that at the time. So with that being said, I went to school, got my license to be an instructor after that, and now, as she said, I do hair on an as needed basis. And so here I am, and I love what I do. Love the industry. It's ever changing, and it's amazing, and it's so much more to it than just doing hair.
Yes,
So
it
I
is.
truly know that we change lives from the inside out completely. So
I
yeah,
love it. I love it. That is wonderful. Yes. As needed basis, yes, because there's another need somewhere else. And I love the fact
absolutely.
that you mentioned that you came from a small town. We're going to touch on that a little bit because there are some people out there that really believe because they are in a small town that
Right.
they can't get over hurdles, they can't get to the next, they just can't. Key
Right.
word. They can't
Can't-
because they come from a small town. So
mhm.
we're gonna focus tonight on knocking down that small town I
Men,
can't thinking. Yes.
very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. So
Very good.
we gonna knock that down tonight. So if you are watching out there right now and you like, I'm that person for the small town, I need
Right.
you to go ahead on and say what town you from. You
Please.
ain't gotta say that you're going over hurdles or anything, but let's shout out your small towns.
Right.
Represent your small town tonight to let people know that there are great stylists out there in
Come
these
on, man.
small towns that are doing wonderful things. I need you to represent your
Absolutely.
town tonight.
Definitely. So I'm gonna go ahead and represent mine. In the first small town representative, Panama City, Florida. Like I said, I came from a small town. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Elisha, because you do hear a lot of things. I'm in a small town. People aren't gonna pay. People just don't want to pay.
Mm-hmm.
They really say those things, but at the end of the day, that is exactly why, because of the mentality. Because of the mentality. I'm so sorry about that. Because of the mentality and the way that you're thinking, at the end of the day, you pretty much where you're at in life right now is a direct result of the way you think. So if
Exactly.
you're thinking that you can't attract these type of clients and people just won't pay, then you settle for less, and that is how you promote yourself. That's how you
Mm-hmm.
perform as a professional, and so
Mm-hmm.
that's what you really attract. So at the end of the day, is it a ton of money in smaller towns? Absolutely, and the key thing is they're not saturated,
No.
and they're loyal. Especially if you're educated, you're doing a great job, and you're utilizing all the tools and resources that you should be getting. I'm just going to say, like Elisha said, she actually helps you build your business. So if you're utilizing the resources and those tools that are out there for you, regardless if you're in a small town, that's why we have YouTube, we have Elisha, so many things that you can actually invest in to actually build your business. But you have to be willing to invest, and that starts with the mindset as well.
Yes,
So,
it does. Yes, it does. So speaking on
absolutely.
that, we didn't touched on that. So we mentioned the fact that we have some small town stylists out there. They are dropping their towns that they're in from right now. I need y'all to list y'all towns. Keep listing y'all towns because I'm
Right.
gonna shout y'all town out. People gonna know that you exist tonight. So I need you
That's
to
right.
put your small town, big town, little town, in between town, wherever you think you at. I need you to put that down there in that comment below so I can shout out your town so that we can
Right.
get some traffic going and make other stylists aware of the fact that look, I'm in this small town and I am making it. I am doing wonderful. So let's bring us to our first question. Now, you know, guys, we have some questions that we're going to ask all of our special guests because we got to get their knowledge. That's what you are watching us for. You are here to get this knowledge. And by any time, at any point as we are having a conversation, if you have a question, I don't care if it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, you need to comment your question because we want to make sure that we help you get over whatever it is, get from under, around, in between,
Right.
in the we want to help you tonight. So be sure to comment your questions also. Our first question is, now we've mentioned the fact that you come from a small town.
Right.
You had a journey as a stylist already. 17 years. I consider that a journey of being a stylist because we come across some highs, some lows, some low
Right.
lows before we can
Low,
get to some
low.
right till we get to some
Right.
high highs. And even
Absolutely.
when you at the high, you end up back at the low sometime. And those
Yes.
are lessons and things that we have to go through as a stylist in order to get to the place that we want to be. And I know it
Correct.
wasn't easy. So, can you share with us one major lesson, just one major lesson that you like, you know what? I'm going to tell everybody that you have experienced and you want others to avoid.
Awesome. That's a very good question, Elisha. So one thing that I have experienced that I want others to avoid is never stop building your brand. Never stop promoting your brand. And when I say that is because what happens is we get we get so caught up in having a clientele, a consistent clientele, and we have all of those clients that's been coming to us. At the end of the day, what we stop doing is you get to a place of comfort and you
Mm-hmm.
realize like, hey, I have all my clients right now. You stop giving out your business cards, you stop promoting, and you stop being a walking billboard for yourself because you get comfortable. We stop really being the professionals that we need
Mm-hmm.
to be, as well as our overall appearance. So, what happens is you start finding when those clients are falling off, it's just like that's when we start getting fearful. Because remember, when we are trading time for money.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I just really want to say never ever stop promoting yourself. Never, you got to always be building your business. Always be building your
Yes.
business. I don't care how long you've been in it. If you've been in it 17 years, 20 years, you have got to consistently build every single day. You should be talking to someone about building your business. And that's the thing. Never get comfortable with the clients that you have. Things happen. People, you just never know what can happen with those
Mm-hmm.
clients. And you don't want to risk, miss it, lose. I'm just going to say, you don't want to miss or risk things changing as well as your livelihood because you've actually stopped promoting your business the way that you should. I learned a lot from not promoting as consistent as I should
I love
because
that.
I had a small clientele. I mean, a large clientele in a smaller town.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. So I posted something earlier also on my page about 25% of your clientele every month should be new clients.
Right.
And
Very
and
good.
and the fact that I was seeing here lately, I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening right now, but I've been seeing a lot of stylists having to go to the funerals of a few of
Mm,
their clients that they had for so long. So
right.
just right there, clients come and go like you said. And
Right.
especially if you're in a small town. And I know for myself, I was in a military town. So they coming
Mm,
and going just as fast as they coming. Like they come in maybe here for a year or two and they out. They may come for 6 years and then they
right.
out. Some may only be visiting for 2 weeks and they have to leave again. So building your clientele is something that never stops. And it never stops. You should never stop building your brand. For one, this
Right.
I want your opinion on this, right? How many times have you been in the store, right, and you've looked at a product line, right? An old
Okay.
faithful product line. You've been in, you've seen it, you people describe it to you and you know exactly what it looked like
What? Right.
just by off a description. However, you go in a store now and it don't look the same. The
Mm-hmm.
packaging is different.
Right.
The bottle shape is different.
All the time.
The ingredients may have adjusted a little bit.
Little tweak. Uh huh.
Just a little tweak.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think that they understand promotion, they understand growth, they understand change, they understand newness, fresh. They understand that we are evolving. So companies that are consistently changing their bottles, changing their labels, changing their logos, they understand marketing, they understand promoting that people want the new. Everybody, we always, if we look at how the world is, how things are going in the world right now, I'm so sorry about that. Let me put this. if we look at how things are going on in the world right now, things are changing. I mean, from 17 years ago to now,
Mm-hmm.
man, it's so much going on in our industry that it will blow your mind. It's so amazing with the changes. So I think that people understand that things are changing and we must keep up with the times. Like right now, we're actually having a conversation online and she's actually giving a live show. This back in the day, this we never even thought about this happening.
No.
So it's just a part of evolution, and you either gotta, as they say, you better get on it or you're gonna get left.
Exactly, exactly. So that
Very good
comes
illustration.
that's the part of never stop building your brand. So if you're looking
Right,
at other brands change and create different packaging, create different themes, different colors, change their logo, all of that's a part of your brand. So I love the fact that you mentioned never stop building your brand, because even in a small town like you mentioned, and we, like I
mm-hmm.
said tonight, we are going to get rid of some of these small town myths, because
Right,
clients are still going to come and go. I don't care whether you think you've reached your max capacity of the
right,
amount of clients that you can handle. At any given moment, you can lose about 5 to 10 of those clients. And that's a
right.
part of your brand, that you can lose about $1,000 a month because clients are leaving, or your brand is changing and clients are looking at other brands who look better
Mm-hmm.
than what you look like right now, so
Right.
they want to go over there and get them a taste. Let me go over here
Mm-hmm.
and try her out.
There you go.
See?
There you
So I love the fact that you mentioned never stop building your brand and don't get comfortable. The best
go. Right.
place you can be in is an uncomfortable position,
Mm.
because you're going to continue to build and to better yourself. So
Right.
I know you got some tips and tricks that you can share. Now we need to know, for all of us that are out there that are trying to just move. We're just trying to do something different, and we're just trying to be better than we were yesterday. We're trying to just have a little bit more than we had last week, and we trying to have
Okay.
a little bit more for this year than we plan on having next year, right?
Uh,
So, what are 3 quick tips that you can share with other professionals who are trying to get to that next level and, like, look, I'm about to quit and I'm about to go to nursing school?
right. I get it. I get it. And the funny thing is that I've actually been right there where other stylists are. It's like they want to quit and go back to corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
But to give you 3 tips, my very first one is take care of the ones you already have. And how do you take care of the ones that you have right now? The very first thing, which so many stylists are not doing, your client consultations.
Mm-hmm.
Your client consultations are so important. Why are they so important? Because they're your blueprint to success. Meaning, these clients that you already have, they have desires, they have needs, they have wants. But if you're not addressing these concerns with the client consultation, then you miss out on a whole lot of opportunities to actually save that client or to offer them something different. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of times we have our clients getting in the chair and you give them the same hairstyle, we're having the same conversations, and you're really not operating like you should as a professional and really taking your business serious by doing that thorough client consultation. They
Mm-hmm.
may look at you a little bit strange and be like, oh Lord, I've been coming to you forever. Now you're starting to do this. But guess what? All it takes is for them to go to another salon. So especially with
One
those
time.
specialties, one time, and they're doing, not only are they doing natural hair, but just say it may be a client that may be interested in some color, and you really shy away from the color because you're not educated in the color.
Mm-hmm.
Now this other stylist does the color as well as the natural hair. And guess what they say? You've heard them. Girl, well, I can start coming to you. At the end of the day, the only way you know that that client would have wanted that is if you did a thorough client consultation. You got to call them back. You got to say, hey, how you doing? You got to make sure that you're booking those appointments. So I'm just going to say those consultations are very important.
So, would
Um,
you have, before you move on to number 2, how
mhm.
often should you have a consultation? Should it be like once a month when they come? Once a month? Should it be every time they sit in your chair? Should it be, every 6 months? How often does the consultation happen?
Consultation should happen. It doesn't have to be as in depth, but a consultation should happen every time they come into your chair. The reason I say they should happen every time they come into your chair because you don't know what's happened in that client's life. You don't know if they might have got, just say they don't share with you that they started some type of medication. And they may be on a
Mm-hmm.
medication that could possibly take their hair out. The first thing they think they have to do maybe is run to a wig. So at the end of the day, even if it's not an in-depth, thorough client consultation, revisit what happened the last time. So the last time you came into the salon, we did relax your hair. This time we're going to make sure we're giving you a deep conditioning because, so you have got to educate the client so that when they leave, before they leave, you got to make sure that you rebook them, taking care of those clients that are there. So your consultation, revisit what happened the last time. Before they leave, make sure you rebook. And a lot of stylists aren't doing things like that. So it's like taking that business into your hands. So do I think that every time they sit in your chair? Yes, every time they sit in your chair, you got to make sure that they are important and they understand that you're paying attention and you are listening to them and that you're genuinely concerned.
Yes,
So
I
definitely.
love that. Yes, wonderful, girl. Yes, okay. So number two, y'all got that. We're gonna do a consultation every time the client sits in your chair. Okay, we got
Right.
that. So number two, what else we gotta do? I hope y'all are taking notes. I'm sorry, girl, but I hope y'all are taking notes, writing this down. See, and I popped that question in here because that was just a thought, and I was curious. So if you have any questions, you must comment your question below. I don't. There is no such thing as a dumb question. There is a such
Not
thing
at
as
all.
you don't know, but you don't know because you failed to open your mouth and ask. So make sure
Mm-hmm.
you comment your question if it had, even if it had nothing else to do with what we saying. Be sure to
Right.
ask it. So number one was take care of the ones you have by doing a consultation every time they come. Okay, what we got for number two? We ready?
Number two. Okay, so number two, something else that you must do, you got to get out of your comfort zone. And it goes back to what I said a little bit earlier. You have got to promote your business. And in 2020, if you're not promoting your business on social sites, you do have those stylists that are out there that are not promoting their business on social media, and they're doing great. But I'm just gonna say, right now in this day and age, for those of you that are trying to really figure out how to step it up to the next level, you have got to promote your business, not just on social media, but you got to be a walking billboard for yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
got to make sure that you're constantly that you look up the par. I'm just gonna say you can actually walk outside of it. I'm just gonna say simple things, right? You look good, girl. Simple things. Simple things that you can do right now is just so I'm just gonna say someone I know there's stylists that are watching right now. No matter where you go, someone's asking you, who did your hair? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna say if I can go somewhere and somebody's gonna ask me something, whether it's hair, whether it's makeup, I always do something that I can actually that gives you an opportunity to have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I always like to say you got to be consistently promoting that brand, whether it's on social media, how you look, every single day. Because when we work 9 to 5s, guess what? We know we had to be at work at 9 and be off at 5. And you got to treat your business the same. We wouldn't just run up in there, hopefully, and just look put thrown together. When you
Mm-hmm.
have your own business, you have to treat it as if it is your business. You have to wake up on time, be ready on time, and constantly get out, promote, and look like you're ready to serve. So I'm just going to say consultation and always being ready to serve and promote your brand every single day. So for that stylist that has just got into the slump and in the dump and that happens where you like clients aren't coming, you're really
Mm-hmm.
tired, you're not,
Mm-hmm.
they can't their appointments, they're not showing up. And guess what that causes you to do? It causes you to stop showing up. You stop showing up like a professional, but when you want something, you have to become a certain person. You
Mm-hmm.
have, as they say, you have to become the person that'll do the things that can have the stuff. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to become this certain individual. So with that being said, don't allow yourself to get so in the dump because things aren't happening the way you want them. Get up and show up every day. Wake up, do your face, do your hair, and show up. If the clients aren't coming in, go out and grab them and have those conversations, but always being prepared. So that would be number two.
I love it. I love it. So you gotta look like the person that you want to
Right.
sit in the chair.
There you go.
Right? I always say that. You got to look like the person that you want to, because it's so easy, especially at certain points of the year when business gets a little slow. I think that's when we get down sometimes because during
It
certain
is.
times of the year, we just had this big old rush and things slow down a little bit and we kind of get a little aggravated maybe or a little
Right.
agitated the fact that
Mhm.
that flow is not coming the way we expected. So during
Right.
that time you lose yourself.
There you do.
You think something is wrong with you or what happened or where these people at or why they not coming in. You forget to put on your face and you just throw on anything because you don't feel like washing all your black clothes no more. So you got on some old raggedy t-shirt going. I'm
Right.
being I'm being honest now. Come on now. Y'all better hit that
Validation.
screen and y'all better hit that screen for these hearts of being honest tonight. Yes. because that's how we
Absolutely.
feel sometimes. Like we feel
It
like
is.
ain't nobody coming in, so why I gotta put on clothes today? I got one person. I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna do
Girl,
her
please.
and I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
go home, right?
And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And she don't mind.
Yeah, she don't she
You
don't care. She been coming to me for years.
right, and you show right on up with them house shoes on, and you got your shirt hanging off your body, and the next thing you know, you just in there, not knowing that while you're there, people like to see movement. While you're there, you
Yes.
never know who may walk in. And guess what? The first thing you say, "Girl, you got to excuse my hair. I normally don't look like this." Whenever you got to make that excuse, you
Right?
know you should have did better. You
Yes.
know you should have gone like
Yes.
that. So at the end, of the day, you could have lost a client, and they may say, "Okay, well I'll be back," but they get in the car and say, "Girl, you should have saw her hair. Huh? She ain't about to
She ain't
touch me."
what? She ain't about to touch my hair
Because
looking
I
like
know
that.
I would. I'd be like, oh, uh-uh. So
Right?
with that being said, always be prepared. You just got to do it. So show up.
Yes.
Don't get so down in the dump that you really just stop even taking care of yourself. You don't. Your clients aren't there for you to take care of, so you just like forget it. I'm just gonna go. No, reel it in. Get back and do the things you know that you have to do. You gotta
Exactly.
always walk and billboard, building your brand, no matter what. Feel good for you. Look good
Exactly.
for you, and you'll attract individuals that's looking for what you have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. I
So
love
yeah.
it. And just to add to that, not just show up when you're not going to the salon, but show
Mm,
up on your day off.
very
When you
good.
out running
Very
errands. That's
right.
when you show up, really. That's when you
Very-
show out, I should say. Because
absolutely.
that's when you can actually put on those shoes that you ain't got to stand in all day. You can put on some cuter shoes. So as you out running the errands, you look the part. Cause you
Right.
know we got some bad shoes that we want to wear, or some pants that we don't want to get no hair on or no color on. We got a cute blouse that we ain't trying to spill relaxer on or get no lightener on or nothing like that. So that's the day that you put on those good clothes when you are out running those errands, so that you
Right.
actually look the part and you can hand out a card to your potential client. Because now you're
Right.
not looking like you work in a salon. You looking like somebody important.
Very important.
That's
Okay.
when you do the little extra. You know, you put the little
Mhm.
red, because that's the days I like to wear my nice blouses when I ain't going in the salon. Because otherwise, I'm like, I am not about to get no color on this shirt. See,
Right.
and I know the feeling, because one day I did it. I put on a white shirt and I rolled the sleeves up and I put my apron on. I thought I was cute, and I got color splattered on my sleeve. I was like, whoop, there goes that white shirt. So
Right.
that's the day that you really show up and show out when you're not at work, so that you can attract the client. So we had number one was take care of the ones you have by start doing a great consultation.
Right.
Number two was to promote your business. Treat your business as a business and become the person that you want to see in your chair. What's number
Right.
three?
So number three is I really gotta say in this day and age we all can kind of get so discouraged. Social media is an amazing gift to all of us. At the same time, one thing you gotta do is you gotta believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You really gotta believe in yourself, and I speak strongly about that because a lot of stylists are looking at other individuals and what they're doing and how their brand may be booming. It'll cause you to get discouraged if you don't truly believe. So I'm just gonna say it can happen for you. But again, like I said earlier, you gotta become the person. You gotta become the person that'll do those type of things. So they say be, do, and have. First thing, believe in yourself. No matter what you're going through, no matter what challenges you're facing, you got to believe that at the end of the day, I can build this business. I can build a steady clientele. And if it's your goal to make 5K, 10K, whatever it is a month, you got to put the plan, you got to plan it, and you got to execute it. So you got to stay true to your vision. Don't, just because things aren't happening in the time that you wanted to happen, don't lose the faith because you're looking at someone else. You got to make sure you're sowing those seeds and you keep working at it. As they say, you got to stay the plow. So I just think a lot of stylists are literally losing faith because things aren't happening the way that they want them to happen. So I was actually given this book, and it's an amazing book called The Slight Edge, and it's talking about how you have to consistently do the things that you did at first to get to where you're going. So meaning when you first started going, you were going to the salon on time, you was dressed, you was ready, you're prepared. So what happens is when things start not looking like you want it to look, you stop doing those things that got you to where you're going. So you gotta keep doing those things. You cannot stop. You got to be consistent with it. So I just want to say, believe in yourself and be consistent. If you stop being consistent, consistency is the key right about now. As
Mm-hmm.
we see so many people that it looked like they just popped out of nowhere. But if you really go back and do your research, those people have been on it. They've been moving for a long time, and don't look at the fact that I'm just now starting now. So guess
Mm-hmm.
what? If you wait until next year, you'll just be starting then. So start right now. When you get off this call, reel it back in, get your head together, believe in that vision. If God gave it to you, you can definitely achieve it, no matter what. I just think that so many stylists are losing faith. You're starting at all these weaves and wigs and everything else that's going on out there. Stop looking what other people got going on. Just make sure you're educating yourself. I have to say that education, it breeds confidence. When you are confident, I don't care what it is and who comes into your chair, you're ready to service them. And I gotta throw this in there, Elisha. Another problem that we have, not only is it that mindset. I always like to say our clients, we deal with texture, coarse, medium, fine,
Mm-hmm.
straight, wavy, or curly. We are catering to an ethnicity, and that right there is causing us to lose out on so much money. We should be doing men, women, children, black, white, gray, I don't care what color they are. We do hair. We do not do an ethnicity. We miss out on a ton of money. And I say that because here in Panama City, I was doing my demographic check, and I realized that the ratio from Caucasian to African American, it supersedes the amount of African Americans that are here. But predominantly, all the stylists here, if they're African American, they're doing African American hair.
Mm.
Their advertisement looks like African American clients. It is just like you will never attract a diverse clientele. People are spending money every single day, but if you're not prepared to service every race, then you're gonna be left behind. Right now, we got to get in the business of doing hair, not just weaves and extensions and things of that nature. There are people out here that really want healthy hair, hair colors, hair cuts. They just want, to be taken care of with their hair as well as weaves. I love me some weave, as you can see. But at the same time, make sure that you remain true to yourself. Believe in yourself, as well as, like I said, believe in the vision and get away from that small mentality of thinking that it just isn't gonna happen. You're allowing yourself to get so discouraged because you're looking at other things and other people and what they're doing, and you're just like, you know what, I'm done with doing hair. But now the thing about it is you might be excited while we're on this call, but when you get off the call, you're gonna be excited that tomorrow's coming. And when
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow's coming, you gotta remain motivated. You gotta remember what we're talking about, because you digress right back to that same old, put the clothes on for 1 or 2 days, but the slight edge is consistency. Keep going, even when you don't feel like it. Make yourself, girl, get up and put yourself together. You got to show up. You just have to become
So
somebody totally different.
let's
Right.
let's pause on that for a second because we're gonna get ourselves together tonight. And you mentioned something, and I wanna touch on that a little bit because I think that is huge. The fact that you mentioned that we do all textures of hair.
Right.
We were licensed and trained on all textures of hair. We were trained
Right.
on hair. Let's start there.
Right.
Forget the
Mm-hmm.
texture. Let's train on hair. We were trained on hair, period. And the fact that when you're in school and you're going doing the different mannequins and you have clients come in and you're servicing different people and you're learning how to service world work, you are still being trained on all textures of hair, on all hair. But
Right.
somehow when we got out, we decided that we only wanted to do this texture of hair on this ethnicity and
Right.
on this gender.
Right.
That's and in doing that, now I know, let's put this out there too. I know you have to have some type of specialty because
Mm-hmm.
that's how you're going to build the clientele. If you don't specialize in something, you can't be a jack of all trades. You have to have some type of specialty in order to build your clientele. And we
Right.
understand that. So for anybody that's thinking that they can't specialize in something, that's not what we're talking about.
Right.
What we're actually talking about is the fact that you are trained in all textures of hair. And the
Yeah.
fact that you mentioned that you did a demographic check
Mm-hmm.
of the ethnicity that's in this area and realize
Right.
that the numbers are changing. And if the numbers are changing, that means the texture of hair is changing.
Very good.
And once again, we also mentioned to care about the ones we talk about. Never stop building your brand. This is the
Mm-hmm.
part where you're doing this research, and this is all a part of building your brand because you live in this certain area and things are changing in this area. Your brand has to change with this area, or now you're putting yourself in a smaller box that you
Right.
can't grow out of because you refuse to cater or adapt your brand to what's around you. Now, that was a general way to say it. Now, the plain and English way to say it is you need to do
Mm-hmm.
all textures of hair. So when
There it is.
people walk in the door, you say, "Yes, I can do that. Yes, I
There
can
it is.
service you on doing that. I got you,
Right.
girl. Yes, I can." And if your flyers, your marketing material don't translate that type of information, but your area is, then you are shrinking your brand and you're putting yourself in this tiny little box that somehow you got to figure out how to crawl out of when your brand starts to shrink and you
Right.
start to get this feeling like you need to go to nursing school somewhere.
Right.
So I just had to mention that because
That's very
you
good.
mentioned diversify your clientele with all textures of hair. And yes, like you said, look, I love me some twist now. I'm on the twist. I don't know what this is,
And
but I've been wearing
twist to
some
the God too. I
right,
love it.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do me a little updo. You know they
Well,
long
you
and
got
stuff.
to.
Right? But
I
we
love.
love the things we love, but at the
Right.
same time,
Mm-hmm.
things around you are changing. So are you willing to adapt to your environment and adjust your clientele based on where you live? Because 9 out of 10, you're not about to up and move
Right.
to a new demographics because that's the type of hair that you want to, because you have a hard time right now building the clientele where you are. So in
Mm-hmm.
order to stay where you are, do your research. Like we mentioned tonight, do your research on your area. This is for anybody that's in this small town. Like I'm about to quit and I can't grow and I can't make it. I need you to do your research on your area to find out the demographics of your area.
Right.
Now, here's another tip, right? Remember, tonight we dropping tips. If y'all are loving these tips, I need y'all to give me the thumbs up. I need y'all to hit the hearts. If y'all have questions, I need you to ask your questions. And I need you to take notes. Y'all see me with this pen every night. I always got a pen, piece of paper. I'm writing down stuff. I need you to be writing down stuff as well.
Definitely.
I'm gonna give you one little thing to do when you're researching the demographic of your zip code. This is how you're gonna research, right? You
Okay.
use your zip code of the area, and Celeste, you can chime in also.
Mm-hmm.
Put in the zip code of your area. When the demographics come up, it's gonna tell you the income of the area,
Right.
the type of people that's in the area, married, divorced, widow,
Their age.
their age, whether they're married,
Right.
what their yearly incomes, what their job is, what,
Yes.
and then from there, it's up to you to do some extensive research. Where they like to shop at,
Mm-hmm.
where do they like to rent? Are there house owners? Are
Right.
they in townhouses? Are they in big gated communities? Are they in, or do they own land?
Right.
Like it's a lot that go into these little into your area. So not only are you just riding around town looking around like ain't nobody live here. This a small town. This a house 4 fly blocks
You'll
away.
cry.
It could be a
You.
nice little town tucked in the woods somewhere with a population about 10,000 that you don't even know about. But when you research the zip codes of the areas, you will find out more information about that area. And yes, you are in those numbers too, because that's what the census is about, right? Right
Right.
now, it's time for the censors, might not be saying that word right, to go out.
Census.
Yeah, and people
Yeah.
tell you about, it's a sheet of paper that you fill out to say how many people in your household, what your
Right.
yearly income is, all that other stuff. And all
Right.
that information is collected and put into the zip code. So when you go and research it, you can see what's happening in your zip code. It's free information, guys. And it's up to you to do it and to think bigger than the area that you live in. So is this some of the information that you found when you put in your zip code?
That's exactly what I found. I found everything that she just mentioned, from the ethnicity to the age to their their annual income to even to what else? Everything you just said as far as the land goes.
Mm-hmm.
One of the main things that I was looking at, what I was looking for, is just looking at the overall population
Mm-hmm.
from the Caucasian, African American, Hispanic, mixed, Asian, just a breakdown of who I was there, as well as their yearly income, the average household income, the age group, so I can actually know how to cater, how to promote when I start promoting who are my ideals, because you got to have a target audience. You need to know who your ideal clients are. So being that I have a specific group of individuals that I want to attract and target, then I need to know exactly, not an ethnicity, but it's just a certain group that I'm actually looking for that can actually afford my services, because so many times we already say they're not going to pay. We in a small town, they can't afford it. You will be surprised, but the only way you really know what people are making is by actually going and look at doing demographic check. Like you said, literally going on Google is free. Go do
Mm-hmm.
your research in reference to your area. Put the zip code in, the demographics, and see what's going on, because you just never know who's doing what. And Panama City is definitely a tourist town, so people are always in and out. The snowbirds come, and so at the end of the day, it's small, but I know that I've made a lot of money here, and there's so much more to be made. So don't sleep on these small towns, and you think that when you go to a big city that it's just going to pop out, but it does not work like that at all. And I've had a taste of both worlds, because I currently live in Atlanta, but I'm back and forth in Panama City. So, in saying that, and when I come to Panama City, I literally come here, as she said earlier. I'm not directly behind a chair, but when I come here, I'm just going to say, more money in my smaller town than I do in Atlanta.
Wow.
So I make way more money in a smaller town than I do in Atlanta. And the thing about being in Atlanta is, and I know it's a lot of stylists that can vouch for it, is that there's a ton of stylists there, and people like to be in the who's who, and people like to be in the, and I'm just being honest about that. But at the end of the day, the smaller town individuals, they want a good style, they want customer
Mm-hmm.
service, they want to know they can get it done when they want to get it done. One thing I can say small town women like is their hair done. They love to get their hair done. So I'll make way more money coming here, and I've done that for years. I've been in Atlanta for 6 years. Not a year has gone by that I didn't come back to my home. I'm just gonna say, like, if it's not every 2 months, every 3 months, and I make way more money in a smaller town than I do in a big town. Because if I'm
That's
doing
awesome.
it is, if I'm doing weave, guess what? I can bring my hair extensions down, sell the hair extensions on top of give the service.
Yes,
You
I
see what I'm
love it. We gonna
saying?
pause on that. Pause on that, because
Yeah.
that's a whole nother animal over there that you just
Okay.
opened up.
Okay.
We gonna leave that can of worm just crack it a
Close.
little
All
bit.
right.
We ain't gonna
Okay.
close it. We gonna leave it cracked a little bit, because
Okay.
I want to thank everybody for shouting out that town. If you haven't mentioned your town in the comment section. Down below in the comments, to let everybody know where you from. We got Mobile, Alabama. We got
Hey.
Sumter, South Carolina.
Woo.
We got Detroit, Michigan. If you
Right.
have not comment your town now, I need you to put your town down there. Big, small, medium, intermediate, over there in the corner, wherever your town is. I need you to comment your town so we can let people know that you are there, you exist, you are a wonderful stylist. We also
Right.
have a couple comments that said that this is some very good information and it is much needed. So I hope you guys are giving us those hearts. If you are listening, you got your pens and papers out, you are taking notes. If you have any questions, please comment your questions also, because we want to be able to answer it. Now, you can see that we talking about all kinds of stuff. Now, I wouldn't
Right.
say Celeste got 17 years experience. I got 18 years experience. If you add those two numbers together, can't do math real fast. That's over 20 years. Now y'all do the calculations, because we ain't talking about
Woo.
money. That's different. I can add the money faster
Right.
than I can add these years, but I know that's
Okay.
over 20 years of licensed professional information that you are getting right now. So if you have any questions, please comment those questions. And also, we have a comment that mentions some aren't shampooing to see what's really going on. This is what we were talking about, the consultation part. So
Mhm.
earlier when we were going over tip number one that we shared was to care about the ones that you have in the chair in order to do the consultation every single time that they show up. I don't care if you've been doing them for 10 years. Things change. They go on different medication. We had some mention that some aren't doing the shampooing to see what's really going on with the hair. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh my God. So shampooing is the most important part of the overall service when it comes down to actually servicing, because we know that everything starts at the shampoo bowl. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what we remove, this is what we add. So shampooing, I hope no one is, I'm just gonna say for myself, you're not getting in a service with me unless I shampoo your hair, because we know that hair don't act right until bonds have truly been broken, and we can reform it and get this hair to go in the direction that we want the hair to go into.
Mm-hmm.
So shampooing is necessary. It removes dirt, oil, build up. It also removes, and then we put other products, our conditioning agents back in to help moisturize the hair and everything else. So if there's individuals out here that are not shampooing, your client's hair, let me just give you a tip. If you want better results, if you want return clients, if you want happy clients, if you want people to really, as we all know that word of mouth is your biggest form of advertisement, even though we do have um, social media, when people know, like, and trust you just from their friend because they know, like, and trust their friend, they will come to you. So with that being said, please make sure that you are shampooing to know what is going on. Client consultation first. During the client consultation, before you shampoo, you can always put on some gloves, kind of go through the client's hair to check their scalp and see what's going on that way. But to actually get a little bit further into that consultation after the fact and you're ready to service the client, make sure that you shampoo their hair, please.
Yes,
So
I love
shampoo
it.
there, that's not even an option.
Yes. So since we mentioned this shampooing thing, what are your thoughts on co-washing?
I'm not a big fan of co-washing. I gotta be honest, and I don't want to, everybody do their own thing. What works for you, you may not work for me. What you may like, I may not like. That's the beauty in us actually being such creative individuals, and we're unique. You can do your own thing. So for me, what I think about it, I'm not a big fan of co-washing because I understand buildup. I also understand the structure of hair. I understand that we got a cuticle, cortex, and medulla. I understand that we got disulfide, salt, and water. I mean, salt and hydrogen bonds, and I know what happens when I'm just gonna wet hair and put conditioner on there. To get the full effect of anything, you have to remove. It's almost like planting. It's almost like a garden. You remove weeds. You got to do some tilling of the soil. You got things that need to come out so that you can get the full benefit of whatever product that you're going to utilize. So co-washing, I mean, I'm not a fan of it for those that it is working for. They found something that works for them. So I just say kudos, but there has to come a time where you have got to remove some of that stuff because it may be a possibility that you may be preventing your hair from growing so much because you're not really removing so that you can add. Or shall I say, even on down to just the hair growing I'm just going to say at a normal, consistent pace. So there's so many different things out here that people are doing that, if it's working for you, that's great, but I'm not a fan of the co
I
It's,
love it.
it,
Okay. I just had to ask you that. That's all. I just had to put that out there to
right,
get
that's
to
okay.
get
I'm
somebody
glad
else's
you asked.
feedback, because like you said, if everyone else is doing it and it's working for them, fine, but at least they have another opinion
Right.
on the whole. I'm not a fan of it
Oh,
either, honestly.
right.
I just had to say that. I'm not a fan of it either. When I think of a cold wash, I think of you washing your dirty clothes with fabric softener.
Right.
That's
That dog.
that's my thought, right? Okay, and on that note, we gonna
Mm.
move right along because
Move on.
we're gonna move
Move
on
on,
because
sir.
see, we are here to just drop some knowledge on you. You take
Right.
all of this knowledge, you absorb it, you write it down, you go back in, you review it, and you use what's necessary to apply to you right now
Right.
and in the future to get to your next level. And what we want to know is, do you have any classes? Do you have any books, any seminars? How can we be a part of some of this education that you have going on?
Awesome, awesome, and awesome. I'm glad you asked that question. So right now, I am always working on a few things, and I'm not going to go into my whole spiel. But earlier, she actually mentioned that about people actually stylists quitting and going back to corporate America. Well, I was one of those stylists that did that 2 years ago. But I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. So on Thursday, the 30th of January, the 30th, and I'm so grateful that I can share this story, was my last day working for corporate America. I've been still doing
We
hair.
need come on
Right.
y'all. I need y'all y'all better
And
hit
I'm
them.
super
We need
excited.
some round of applause.
Right.
Yes.
I am super excited about that. So it was my last day. I said I am never going back to corporate America because for one, what we're talking about is we're a wealth of information. It's just too much money out here for us to make. And not only that, so many people need what we have, which is the information, and being so willing and open to share it with you guys. So when it comes down to classes, I actually am doing a tour right now, and it's called Small Town Tours. And it's actually you can go on Stylist Education. I'm actually doing my class. You can go register on eventbrite.com. So it's Stylist Education, STYLEASE Education, EDUCATION.eventbrite.com. And I have all my classes listed on there. I have an online seminar that I'm going to do online class next week, next Sunday. So I'll put it on my page. You guys can follow me on Stylist Education or Celease Williams. She does have it, my name on her page for me being her special guest tonight. So I'm doing a lot of classes. I've actually gotten into the hair replacement business, and that's another that's something totally different all by itself. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy more so techniques is great, but I like to teach cosmetology. I like for the individual to truly know customer service, how to build your business. Not only that, but how to take care of hair and grow your business, because there's many of us out here that are just doing techniques and want to have the whole looking good, looking great thing, but the business part we're not doing so well. We have more monthly money. You're still not making enough money. You still are nervous behind the chair. You don't have that confidence that you need. Don't really know how to do consultations. Customer service is just really not your thing like it should be. And it's just really time for the shift to have a whole different mindset. You have to reinvent yourself as a stylist. So I think that is definitely needed. My classes, again, like I said, stylisteducation.eventbrite.com, and please go on my page. My Instagram is Stylist Education. Facebook is Stylist Education. So I'm now actually getting into the groove. Like I said, that was my last date on the 30th, and I've been such in a place where I haven't really been able to give 100% on my business, because I'm giving it 100% in someone else's business. Then you come home, and I've been working on my business, so my business has been suffering while I'm working on someone else's job, and it didn't work for me like that. So I'm just grateful to God that I did step out on faith, and at this point, I'm just, as they say, I'm just trusting, and it's working. So I'm doing that's exactly what I just told you guys. You have to you have to do the things, become a certain person, so you can have certain things. So that is where I'm at right now. So
I love it. And what's the name of it again? Small Town who?
Small Town Tours. Small SMALL Town TOWN Tours TOURS. Tours. A tour.
Small Town Tours. Okay, got it. Love it. So I hope we all got that down. Small Town Tours. Those links will be on this video as well. So all you gotta do is click on the link and get to where you gotta go. Make sure that you go and get some education. That's the whole key. Education. Yes, listen, asking questions, just gaining the knowledge. Sometimes we need to just put the phone down a little bit. Right. Put the phone down and pick up a book. Unless you're reading on your phone, you should put that phone down a little bit and find some great information, some great something that you could just sink your brain into and expand it a little bit and get to whatever your next level is. And I know a lot of times that we hear people say, I'm going to take you to your next level, your next level, your next level. And I just want to say that you don't always know what your next level is until you step outside of your comfort zone. And it's okay that you don't know what the level is either. Because some of us have goals and we don't know how to get there, or some of us are just complacent where we are. But sometimes if you say to yourself, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead on and be uncomfortable for a moment, and I'm going to see where this going to go. Because you hear a lot of people say, I'm going to take you to your next level, your next level, your next level. But everybody's next level is different. And everybody don't know what the level is either. Like, sometimes when you get ready to step, you be like, I don't know where I'm going, but it feel like I'm falling a lot. So I'm going to land on something. So I'm just going to keep falling until I land on something. And whatever it is that I land on, then I know it's only one way to go from there. So congratulations to you on stepping out on faith and leaving that corporate America job so that you can focus on your job. And I know even stepping out, you don't even know what your next level is, but you know what your passion is and you know what your purpose is. And as long as you know that, your next level will it'll just pop out the sky somewhere. Or sometimes you got to fall hard enough in order to land onto your next level. Because sometimes we don't fall hard enough. We just droop and that ain't enough. And you be like, okay, I'm going to keep doing it because they said I was good and I know I'm great and people going to come to me because I'm great. And that's not always the case. And I know we went a little left field.
But it's the truth.
But y'all know how we do on Build Your Salon Business Talk. We don't always stick to the script because there ain't no script. We just here to give you good information. So if anybody have any questions, please comment your questions. If not, we're going to go ahead on and wrap this up. But because we want to open up the floor to anybody who are struggling, who's stuck, or who want to get out of that small town mentality.
Right.
It's just take that mentality of I can't for a moment, and whatever you think you can't do, Even if you still believe in you, like, I can't. Just change it to I can.
Right.
And just sit still. Don't try and figure it out. Don't, because you know sometimes you be like, I could do that. And you be like, you just keep messing up and jacking
Right.
it up, right? Just be like, I can do that. And then
Right.
don't do it. Just hold tight for a moment and watch how that I can turn into I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Just for a moment. So
Right.
if you're stuck and you just can't figure it out and you can't just be like, you know what, I can do that. Because
Right.
I'm gonna share a little something with you also. I've been wanting to do Build Your Salon Business Talk and bring on different guests for a while. And
Mm-hmm.
my main thing was I can't do that. Like, I can't find the people, and ain't nobody gonna want to talk to me. And I can't. I said, you know what? This year, actually, I said I'm gonna start it last year. I started Build Your Salon Business Talk last year, and I said if I can't make it happen all the way until the end of the year, I think I started in like October. If I can't make it happen until the end of the year, you know what? I'll do something else. And literally, as building this platform, I said, you know what? I could find somebody. I could find somebody. I could find somebody. I just kept saying, I can. I didn't know where folks was coming from. I didn't know who to reach out to. I didn't
There it
know
is.
what this platform was going to be or where it's going or how it's going to anything. All I said is, I can do this. And everything else will just have to fall into place.
Right.
So I want to thank you for being here with me tonight and sharing in the I can moments with other
Uh-huh.
stylists who have this small town mentality, who are struggling to get to wherever they're trying to go, to that have this mindset of you know, that's not for me, or I could never do that, or I could never be this person. So I thank you for being here with us tonight. Thank you
I
so much.
thank you for having me. I'm grateful that you really, I was just thinking when you were just saying, you were thinking that you can't, and then you started saying that you can, and that I can really. I'm just gonna say, you demonstrate faith by your actions.
Mm-hmm.
So faith is an action word. So just by you having enough faith to actually start acting and put, like you said, by the end of the year. So just because so many people say, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and you never ever step out and do it. It's just still in your head, and you can hype yourself up to the degree that you really feel like you're doing something and
You
you're
sure
not doing it.
can.
You can, and you just really feel like, but if you really like, girl, I ain't did nothing. So you can be moving really fast, getting nowhere. So Elisha, thank you for creating this platform and allowing us to come on here to share, because it feels great, and there's so many people out there that I know that need this information, and they need what you have just to bring on other guests to hear. And the beautiful thing about it is that um, it really helps stylists, because I know with me and you just being on here now, it's actually helping me for the journey that I'm on and what I'm doing. It's just really I have my mind's been running since I've been talking. So I'm just gonna say your faith has caused you to act. And at the end of the day, she said, where am I gonna get all these people from? Where are they gonna come? And they coming, and you got more to come and more to come, because you're actually doing what's necessary to make it happen. So you got to put the feet to faith. You can't just say that, you can't be so fearful, wondering, staying in the how is it gonna happen. You just gotta start moving and let God do everything else. Once you start moving, everything just starts falling in place. We can never we can't figure it out. We just
Right?
can never figure it out. You just really gotta just be bold enough and brave enough and have enough belief in yourself, which is what you have, that you just do it. And you just crazy enough to believe that it's gonna work.
Right?
And here I am on your show tonight, and I'm excited, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
It
I
was fun.
appreciate it. Guys, we're going to have
Absolutely.
everything in the comment section. Please go ahead on and hit that screen and give our special guest, Celease Noel. I got it.
Yeah.
Celeste Noel, the biggest love. Let me see those hearts flood up that screen for coming out tonight and for sharing us with her knowledge, for just giving, just giving us these tips that we've got, for telling us about small town tours so we can go ahead on and get other stylists educated, and other stylists moving, and other stylists growing in whatever direction that it is that they want to go. So thank you once again, Celease. I
You are
appreciate you for
thank
coming
you.
on. And guys, as always, I thank you for being here tonight. I thank you for coming in here tonight with us and you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. I love the fact that you come in here, you participate, and you share. And as always, every Tuesday night, Build Your Salon Business Talk is going to show up for you. We may not have some topics. We have our few little questions, but y'all know we can go off on left field. And we do it because we want to give you the information that you need in order to grow your business to wherever it is that you are trying to go. This is exactly what I do in the Salon Business Blueprint Club. It is a membership platform for salon owners and salon suite stylists where you have unlimited resources to go and to learn. There's no excuse on why you can't get to a trade show, on why you can't get to the information that you need in order to grow your business. All of this is located right inside of the Salon Business Blueprint Club. I am also your coach right there on that platform. So if at any time you get stuck, you have any questions, you can't figure it out, you like, I can't afford a coach, you are already inside of a membership platform where you have your personal coach. So you just need to go over there and Google buildyoursalonbusiness.com. Go right now, put in that URL, buildyoursalonbusiness.com, buildyoursalonbusiness.com, so that together we can start building your salon business. Until next time, Build Your Salon Business Talk airs every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we bring you special guests to share with you tips and tricks to help you grow your business to the next level. Now, once again, we're going to see you next Tuesday night on Build Your Salon Business Talk at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon.